So I'm starting this video series. It's going to be about things they don't tell you about business. And this video is going to be about asking the universe for something. Now when I heard this, asking the universe for something, I thought it was very elusive, I thought it was superficial, I just didn't think it was real. But it actually works. Let me explain why. The reason it works is because when you're really passionate about your idea, your mind will be open to the resources around you, and there may be barriers and obstacles that you have to overcome. And people would ask me, how are you going to market your product? How are you going to target your audience? And I didn't know that at the start when I first came up with my idea, but after a while I started to realise that a lot of resources came to me rather than me actually going out and looking for them. And these obstacles and barriers, or whatever you want to call them, they fall because you're thinking about your idea and you're so passionate that you start to use the resources around you. You start to look around, and there'll be certain situations that you're put in. You think, I could use that and use that for my business to further my ideas and to break down these obstacles and barriers for whatever you want to do. So when I created my idea, I was really passionate about it, and I spoke to people about it. I spoke to my family, I spoke to my friends, and what I started to realise is that there was a website designer in my family. So that solved a lot of issues for me. It just came with ease. I had an old friend at uni who's a logo designer. So these things, I didn't know exactly how I would design my logo, how much it's going to cost me, but and that was a massive obstacle that I had to overcome at that time. But when you're thinking about these ideas and you're putting it out in the universe, you're saying that this is going to happen no matter what. This is my idea. I'm going to make this idea happen. Then a lot of the things that you worry about over time, these barriers fall. But they say pull it out into the universe because you need to be thinking about your idea constantly. You need to be thinking, how can I use this resource to better my idea and further my success. As I say, people would ask me things like, how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that? But over time, when you're thinking about your idea, it seems as if there was nothing to worry about. And also while I was because I was thinking about my idea, a lot of problems that I just had to work out in my head would fall. I'd be at the gym in between sets, and an idea would pop into my head that would just solve an issue that I was worried about, or would further that could further my success. And so the idea of asking the universe for something, it actually works. It might not necessarily be in the way that you think it is. It's not as elusive as you think it might be. But when you've got an idea, you need to keep your eyes open to the resources and the opportunities that are given to you. So that's my first video for this series. I'm going to be posting it every single day at 7 AM. The idea of these videos on YouTube is just to, if someone out there can, be motivated from what I'm saying, I can give advice to young entrepreneurs, then maybe this is worthwhile. It's worthwhile doing, and also to to further my own knowledge as well. Yeah, that'd be great.